Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Free Fire. It's a movie that came out in 2017, starring Sharlto Copley, who I mostly remember from like District 9, as well as like the bad guy in Elysium, and just various other, like he plays a good crazy dude. Yeah, Hardcore Henry, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch that. But it also stars Brie Larson and Armie Hammer and Cillian Murphy, and a few other people that you're like, I recognize that face. Guys, so, this movie is set in 1978, and basically it's an arms deal where people are buying illegal guns in the middle of this warehouse, and then shit goes sideways, and they have to figure out how to get out of the situation. And I gotta say, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I did find it a little hard to follow initially who was allied with who was teaming up with who was trying to backstab who. But I also think that was intentional. But what I didn't have a hard time following was just every single one of the characters. Like you only get a couple minutes with these characters before shit goes sideways, and with the super minimal screen time that they had, you immediately knew what kind of character this was. You knew what to expect from this person, and you were just they were able to do such a good job of establishing what sort of character each of these people are and what you're going to expect from them. Like it was, you know how when you're watching like a Guy Ritchie film or, I don't know, David Lynch or just like one of those directors where like the characters are just always talking. Like it's a talkie movie but you're never bored and like it is always just, you're just glued. Well, that's what was happening here, even though there was like, gunfire a lot in this. But I also enjoy a movie where you're able to just set it in one location and you basically don't leave that location. Like Locke that had Tom Hardy where it was just in his car the whole time, or Buried. There's a bunch of other movies like that, and I enjoy that genre, and I think that this is a neat expansion of that genre where it's just essentially mostly set in just this warehousey thing. And I enjoy the like progression of each of the characters and events and like positions and what's going on in this. I enjoyed all the character interactions. Like there's a reason why there are so many good actors in this that have had Oscar nominations back when it mattered. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's like I said, it's got just that one set essentially, and it's if I don't want to ruin anything for you, but this movie is very entertaining. I really, really enjoyed how the characters interacted, and like this is one of those movies where you know how when there's a shitty horror movie and you're just like I don't care. I want all of you to die because I don't care about any of you whatsoever. Just get chainsawed for all I care. You mean nothing. And then you have the horror movies where you are like scared for them and you don't want them to die and you really, really feel the terror and you hope that they survive even though you're watching a horror movie, so you kind of know. But like you want them to do well and you feel it every time one of them gets taken out by whatever thing. I would say like sort of like Quiet Place. Quiet Place, you cared about the characters, right? So in this, you immediately care about the characters and want to see what happens with them. So yeah, highly, highly recommend this movie if you're in for one of those pieces to just enjoy the characters interacting with each other and seeing how that goes. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.